cuties, I'm Lanikia, and you're watching What Happened on the Soaps. This is the Young and the Restless edition. Today is Tuesday, October the 11th, 2022. Let's jump right into it. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give it a solid 7. We see Michael and Victor. So Victor is concerned about Tucker McCall being in town, and he wants Michael to investigate. And Michael honestly was like, I don't understand what you want me to investigate. He's claiming he's here to see, you say he's claiming he's here to see Ashley make inroads with Devon. So what is there to investigate? And so then Victor lets Michael know that Victoria is wanting to take down Chancellor Winters. She wants to become the major shareholder, and so because they're going public. And Michael says, I haven't heard about them going public. How does she know this? How did y'all get this information? And Michael quickly finds out it's shady, and he says, I used to be the DA. And it sounds like what you're doing is borderline illegal, and he doesn't want any parts of this. So Victor says that's why he needs Michael, because he needs someone that can tell Victoria the law and everything. But we know what Victor wants Michael to really do. And Michael is not comfortable with it. He just doesn't feel like they should make this move and with Chancellor Winters. And he lets Victor know that, and he feels like that, you don't know why McCall is here. I heard he sold most of his businesses because he found a new path, and he's a changed man, and he's not that business tycoon that he used to be. But they're not 100% sure about it. So we'll see. We'll see what happens, guys, with this whole thing. If Michael will go ahead and do what Victor wants him to do, or if he's going to stand his ground and say, no, like, this is illegal and I'm not going to be a part of it. So then we see Tucker speaks to Ashley, and he is trying to make amends with her. He is really wanting her to forgive him. He says, after his car accident, he realized what he did to her was wrong. And she said, yeah, all the women. And he says, yeah, he was all about his toys. He was all about playing hard. He was all about being the playboy. But now he realizes that life leaves you lonely. And when you have a major accident like he has, you have no one there for you. And y'all know how some people are, men and women, or whatever you go, they feel like, oh, while I'm young and I'm having fun, it's whatever, until something happens, and then they get down on their luck. Then all of a sudden, oh, I should have treated you better. And Ashley is pretty much like most people should be. No, you can save that. I don't, you should have treated me better when you had me. Don't come to me with apologies after you've done what you've done to me. And she's not trying to hear it. She says, and I don't believe you're in town just for me. I think a part of that, maybe you do want to see me and everything. But I know, knowing you the way I know you, I know there is more to this story than that. And he swears to her that's it. He just wants to get to know her, commit to her again. And he wants to get the chance to win her back. And of course, he wants to, with Devon and Dominic as well. And she's not buying it. He gives her a gift, and she's like, I'll take it, but like, it changes nothing. So then he leaves, and she goes and she meets Ashley meets Abby, and Abby is like, oh my gosh, you would not believe Tucker McCall is here. And Ashley tells her she actually does know, because she spoke to him. And of course, Abby is protective, but I said, Abby, you need to be worried about your husband and what he doing over here with Chelsea. But anyways, she just tells her, I spoke to him. It's nothing there. I'm not he can't win me back. He'll never be able to win me back. So then we go to Jack and Phyllis. And so, we pick up where we left off on Monday, which is Phyllis saying, she has to hold out hope, because she has to think that forgiveness is possible. And Jack said, don't make this about us. And I said, oh, Jack, you're the one sitting here talking her ear off, complaining and everything, but you don't want her to make it about you. You know what? Whatever Diane has in store for Jack, Kyle, let them have it. Phyllis, let it go. Like, you have got to let this go with Jack. Move on. But anyways, while she's talking to him, she gets a call from Nikki, and Nikki says, I have found out very important information. And I need to see you. And she said, okay. And so she didn't even finish her conversation with Jack. Phyllis just said, okay, I have to go. And she left. And Jack is just like, oh, okay. One, he's probably shocked that she left him like that. And two, he probably wants to know what she's doing or what is she up to. So then we see that Phyllis, excuse me. Then we see that not Phyllis, Nikki and Audrey meet up because, okay, sorry. First of all, we see that Nikki and Phyllis meet. And so she tells him all the information that Noah gave her about Audra, that she used to work for Beauty, the company that Tucker had. And now she's in town and she's working with Chancellor Winters on their IPO and everything, and she's working with a company on movement business, and it's just so weird that it just happens to coincide when Diane and Tucker come in. It doesn't make sense. And so they're thinking, okay, Tucker has to be the owner of this company. And then Noah hits Nikki up and he says, hey, I just saw Audra at Crimson Lights. So Nikki's gonna go over there and talk to her. And Phyllis is like, yeah, just keep me up to date. So Nikki goes to Crimson Lights and she meets with Audra and she introduces herself. So she and Audra sit down, because Audra tells her, oh, I know all about the big players in the town. It's her job to keep up with everyone. And she says, Victor Newman's wife and the COO of Newman Enterprises. And so she says, yeah, but I also feel like I know you because of Noah. He talked a lot about you. And she says, well, of course, grandsons don't talk about their family. Don't talk about, you're not that person where your grandson's gonna pick up and be like, hey, I'm talking to this friend and this friend. So she says, so I don't really know about you, so tell me. And so she starts drilling Audra about her time in London and who was over Beauty Enterprise and the company, and who did she work for. And she starts asking her all these questions, and Audra knows what's going on. So she quickly she tells Nikki that she doesn't know, she wasn't really into like who ran it and everything. And then she quickly has a meeting to go to, so she has to leave Nikki where she's sitting. And Nikki says, okay. So then Nikki, Ashley, and Phyllis meet up and they all discuss everything that's going on. And Phyllis and Nikki are like, Tucker and Diane are connected. And so is Audra. It's all connecting some kind of way. They all know about each other and they're working for Tucker. And I said, well, Ashley, wait a minute now. Are you defending Tucker? Because she says, I don't know. I don't know if it's connected. I don't know if it's really like that and everything. And they're like, girl, yes, it is. And to be quite honest with you, Ashley, as Nikki said, you need to get more information for Tucker. So don't throw him away too fast, girl. We need more information. In other words, we about to pimp you out to Tucker, girl, because Phyllis has already sold her business to make these moves, and so she can work with Diane and get the dirt on Diane as much as possible. Nikki took a trip to Los Angeles and met with Deacon Sharp, a man she can't stand, and had to be in the same room with him and would deal with his flirting. And then Ashley, you have done nothing, so you gonna have to suck it up and be sweet on Tucker for a minute. And I said, I don't feel like this gonna go well. I feel like Ashley gonna end up falling for this man, and it's gonna be it's gonna be something when she finds out the truth. But they just told Ashley, batter up. And I was like, yes, girl. So then we see Kyle and Summer talking, and they're happy to be, at home, and they're at work, and he tells her he has a surprise for her later on, and she said, okay, I'm looking forward to it. And so he's like, okay. So then Summer goes, and I don't understand why I really threw this scene in. I don't know. I guess make it a nice scene, but Summer and some people will like this scene. Summer and Jack talk, and she just thanks him for being such a great father for Kyle and raising him into the man he is, because she appreciates and loves Kyle, and she knows Jack was a huge part of that. It was a sweet scene, but I was like, what's the point of this scene? You know what I mean? Is it just a filler, or is there a reason behind this? Because you know how sometimes they'll throw in a scene or something will happen, and then later on there'll be a death or there'll be a car accident or something happen, and that scene becomes even more meaningful. You know what I mean? So I'm like, what is this scene about? But then we see Kyle goes and he talks with Diane, and he questions her about Tucker McCall. He says, because Phyllis and other people are saying y'all are really close, and they're thinking it's very strange that you came into town and now he's in the town. And so he tells her, if there's something you need to know me to know about Tucker, let me know. Diane denies it. And I said, Diane, you should have told him the truth. But she denies it. And she tells him there's nothing going on. She's appalled by Tucker. She can't believe he's in town. And she would never betray his trust. And I said, he's going to be so hurt, Diane, when he finds out you're betraying his trust. And she doesn't even want to. And I feel like if she had just told him, listen, I've been doing this for Tucker. I didn't want to, but I had no way out. I had no way out of this. That Kyle would have been understanding. He's forgiven her for everything else. Why not forgive her for this? So then we see Kyle and Summer talk, and he says, I hope you're thinking what I'm thinking. I'm not holding y'all long. And she says, yes, we're on the same page. Let's bring Harrison. And he was like, he actually wanted to get away with just the two of them and everything. She says, I'm so sorry. I thought we were you were so in love with being a family. You just wanted us all together. And he's not opposed to that or anything. Y'all, I'm not going to hold y'all long on that. Let's move on. So then Diane and Jack talk. And she tells Jack that she goes in about Tucker, about how they can't trust him and they need to be on alert and they can't believe anything he's saying. I said, baby, Diane is covering them tracks. You better cover them tracks, mama, because I feel like Tucker will throw you under the bus at any minute. He gives zero cares. So you better cover your tracks. And Jack is kind of looking at her like, huh? Because she's just so adamant and like, why are you so worked up about Tucker? Jack is too, but Diane really, I mean, they knew each other back in the day, but they don't have any connection. So she says they haven't spoken in years. So what does it matter that he's back because of Diane? Like, your focus is on Kyle and everything. And then we see Audra is working for Tucker, y'all, and he asked her how the IPO is going, and she said it's going smoothly. They actually had to move up the dates, and everything. So I don't know, y'all. We're gonna see what's gonna happen. I hope Tucker is there to help Devon, but it looks like he's not. So we'll see, guys. We'll see. Don't forget. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And I will see you tomorrow for all new episodes of What Happened on the Soaps, The Young and the Restless edition. Thank you so much for watching again. Goodbye.